lock it in. Yeah, it's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Joe Lockett. How you guys doing? We got a lot going on here. Of course, my producer here, so I'm producing, setting up internet. I got Denise running around like a chicken with her head cut off. Hey, Denise, how you doing, baby? You doing good?
I'm good. How are you?
What's the doing? Everybody know what's up, Erica B? What's up, Shaw? Man, we got a show lined up for you today. Of course, y'all can see Nephew in the house, and you know when I'm the producer, y'all don't get everything that y'all get with Nephew. Sorry, but hey, I ain't him. He ain't me. Anyway, what's up, y'all? We got some stuff to get into the show today. Gary, Gloria, Erica, Shaw, Tams, Tracy, Marcia, Patricia, Patty, Marclay. How you doing? Yolanda Sims, we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for locking into the Joe Lockett Show. Facebook, I'm quite sure we are there now. Let me get. So how you doing today, Denise?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing better than I deserve. I'm doing better than I deserve. So how's your week been?
The week's been cool. Just always trying to figure out everything I had. I had your topic, which I got that, but trying to get the stuff together over here. So,
well, it's all good. And just for y'all to know that y'all won't be getting entertainment news because I've been busy all day. But when Nephew come back tomorrow, Shaw said, "Hey, Denise."
Hey.
All right. So I got a couple of things while you're getting that topic together over there because I want to get into the show. It's Hump Day here on the Joe Lockett Show. I want to thank Alvin Garrett for stopping by the Filter Call for Polish Shop this morning. I had a really, really, really good interview with him this morning, man. Thank you so much, Alvin, for coming by, man. Keith and I, we had a great time with him. Probably going to be doing a project with him pretty soon, so look forward for doing that. Thank him for his expertise and actually, for him to be able to be in town to give us his time the way he did. So we thank all our friends when they come by the show to do those things for us. And I thank Denise when she makes the time for me on Wednesdays to come hang out with her boy. You know what I mean? To do what she does. But today on the show, y'all, with Denise on the show, we always talk about, great topics, things that get you thinking. And there's a couple things that I want to talk about. Of course, with the things that you're going to talk about as you get those things together there, because you forgot your notes.
I got my notes, yeah. I'm so sorry.
So the things that I do have here, should you learn to love outside your type?
My question on that, people say, it's the one that you overlook and that end of the person you really need to be.
No.
But my thing is, how can you, if you're not my type, most times I don't even look at you. So, I don't get how some would say you gotta go opposite of your type. But if I'm not attracted to, mentally or physically attracted to somebody who's not my type, how is that not like forcing something? I don't know. I don't get that. I never understood that.
What's up, Facebook? How you doing? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. How y'all better doing, man? Thanks so much. So, how you doing, baby? We got the butt naked candles. How it smelling here?
It smells so good, though.
That's the
really, it smells so good.
That's that butt naked brand. You know what I'm saying? That's Tamise Creation. So if you guys want to get your house or your room smelling good, go ahead and get that Tamise Creation candle. Go to Tamise Creation. She's here on TikTok. Robert, what's going on? What's up? The best. Now, reason why I said should you date outside your type? Oh my Lord,
should you date outside of your type?
Yes, dating outside your type. You know what I mean? Should you learn to love outside your type? Because people would say, like you said,
I'm not even attracted to you if you're not my type. And I mean physically and mentally now.
Right. What's up, MD?
Not attracted. So.
MD says, yes, you should learn to date outside.
So in other words, you have to force it up from the beginning and then eventually fall. Like, how do you even entertain that?
Hey, Rachel. What's up, KJ? Hey, man, y'all go to hit the like button. Let's get it going on. So, and share, and y'all do me a favor, share that thing out there. We can do enough sharing this. If y'all got time, please share. If you're on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, please share the video out there. Thank you guys so much. Should you love outside your type? I think that's a difficult question here. And I want everybody to chime in. MD says yes. What's up, Nick Dog? Should you love? Thank you to me for sharing the live out there. Appreciate you so much. Should you love outside your type? I'm going to say I can't.
I can't because
Facebook, TikTok, I can't do it.
I am fake from the beginning. I cannot.
Yes, why not try something new? Because
you're
here's the
faking
thing.
it at first because it's not your type.
Some people can. And I'm gonna be honest. Aquaman said yes, we should. I'm guilty of being too picky. I'd rather be.
Some people need to be picky, too picky, because y'all keep picking these different, and y'all have 4 or 5 husbands around here. Maybe if you were a little bit more pickier, you wouldn't have all these husbands.
I'm gonna say this.
Not talking to her, but just
okay, so me and you gotta talk this. No, because I want to talk about this today. As you get into your topic, right?
Okay.
So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
I have dated outside my type. I have went against the grain, right? And the woman, and this was years, right? And she was a great person, right? Everything that I should have wanted. But guess what? She wasn't my type.
I think great.
You know what I'm saying? You ever been with that person like they're everything, but when you
it's just not my type. And so, but I don't look at them as somebody to date. So when I go to sit with them, it's not.
You know, we need to get MD off of this damn thing because I'm so tired of his ass.
Hey, MD.
No, because I don't think MD does. I did that. She was good. I want all the ones that ain't my type. Come to me and get in my inbox. Damn you, MD. Bro, get out of here.
Hey, MD.
Seriously, bro, get out of here. For example, I'm attracted to red bones. I'll date one now.
I am attracted to chocolate men. I have had red bone. They get you pregnant and leave you.
Say what?
Yeah. And then another one, and that was my big checklist. That was my big teddy bear. However, I would not date a light-skinned brother now. It's just not in me. I got PTSD.
See,
See,
I don't care about the color of your skin.
I don't date a white man though.
I date a white woman in a heartbeat. I date a black woman in a heartbeat.
But I will not date.
I can't see you dating a white man.
I
I just can't see you being happy with a white man.
I was happy, but I'll say this: it don't matter what race he is. A man is still a man. Still a man.
I want to see you date a white man.
Why?
I want to see you date a white man because I ain't never seen you with a white man.
Yeah.
I date a white woman.
I know you just need to date them all. You date them all.
Hey man, hey, no
he date them all, y'all. He date them all.
Hey, Latino, Asian, white, black.
Hey, no, every language you speak, yes.
All except for German. I haven't been with a German woman.
Do you know how to speak it?
Yes. No, I know how to say a few words. I don't know how to speak German. I know how to say.
Okay.
So, but the language I have spoken, yes, I have been.
It's my point. My point.
I have. I'm happy with black men, and I'm not looking back. Char says she white, and me too, Joe. Okay. MD, you be careful with that spelling, bro. That don't sound good. No did it, bro. We ain't finna do that. This boy said me talk, Joe. Don't do that. All right. So I'm open to trying new things, but it has to be something attractive about him.
But that's it. It has to be something that attracts you to that person. I have had guys, and they were the sweetest. They were cute. All that. Okay?
Right.
However, it just wasn't my type.
Right.
And I get some people say, well, you need to step outside your type, and maybe then you'll find someone. But I'll be faking it.
That's the point. Facebook, TikTok, talk to me. On YouTube, y'all talk to me, man. Let me know what y'all think. Because can you date outside your type to find love? And I think some people can.
I found a headache.
You know what I'm saying? But I think some people actually can date outside their type and find love. Because I do, like I said, I've tried it. Not on several occasions, but 2. Right? And even though this woman was like everything to me, I just wasn't attracted to her. You know what I mean? And if I'm not attracted to you, everything kind of fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Blind eyes.
Because I'm attracted to like 3 right now, and I date 3 right now. One, I like him, but I'm not he's not my type.
Okay.
The other 2,
that's a lie, MD. That's a lie. MD, I'm not gonna do that shit with you today. I am not. No, MD need to get the hell up out of here because I'm bringing him on the show today, but he full of shit. Seriously. I mean, I'm serious. I'm going in on you early. I love you, bro. You know we got nothing but respect for each other. But MD on some bullshit. This is what MD said. Ultimately, he said
he spelled it right.
He did. He spelled it right. No, he's a chief in the military. He's smart.
No. I'm saying because it's
you know, but he ultimately, this is what this mug said. Your type is someone who treats you right. Period. Bullshit.
That's not true.
Bullshit.
That's not true because the person that treats you right,
bullshit,
give you the world, and
bullshit,
not be the person you
bull.
With.
I'm gonna call you on that one all day, MD.
That is BS. That is BS.
Tam said other things may attract you to that person that isn't your typical type. That that is very true. You know, I think certain things can attract people to you, but if the person is not your, I'm just saying, I can only speak for Joe Lockett. I can't speak for anybody else. But MD, what you just said, bro.
That's not true.
So what y'all? No, I'm not about the type, bro. When your statement, when you went period. I would tell her ass until you went to that, ultimately, your type, these are your words, dog. I don't know how to put this stuff at the top. Somebody tagging shit at the top, y'all. Whoever my moderator is tagging. Your type is someone who treats you right, period. That's a lie. That is a lie, bro. I love you, but no. There's no way in the hell. No. This woman that I was with, everything was good about her. I wasn't attracted to her. Right? She treated me good. But I wasn't attracted to her, and so it worked for her, but it didn't work for me. I wasn't happy.
But that ties in when people say, "Oh, you single because you too picky, or you single, but you can be with anybody." Women, y'all can be with it.
Okay, brother Nick, I agree with you, bro. Jesus do love everybody. John 14, verse 6 chapter. I got you.
Okay, but Jesus love everybody.
But Jesus
ain't out here dating.
Exactly. Jesus said,
stop, God.
No, but brother Nick came on and said Jesus loves us all. The only way to heaven is through him. Right, not through the woman that I'm dating. It's through God. So I need to love God, and you know what I'm saying? But I need to date the person I'm attracted to. So as long as I love me some God and Jesus, I got a chance. I'm just saying. Erica Mark, I will never find out their character if I can't get past their looks.
Thank you. Now that's the first time in a long time that she.
You and Erica on the same page.
Yeah.
Right.
She knocked it out. I can't. No, because I would immediately friend zone you. Immediately.
You're friends on them.
Yeah, because I know I'm not attracted to you any other way. But you're cool.
Well, I'm just saying, MD, it's not crazy, bro. I'm sorry, but it's not crazy what we're saying because. No, I don't think MD is married. He's single.
He's single?
Yeah. The perfect woman dumped his ass. How about that, MD? He's gonna be mad as hell at me.
Because he went his type.
That's superficial. It's superficial for you, bro. See, I understand why MD is single, just like I understand why I'm single, right? Because you solidified in your position, and if that position is not solidified with MD thinks like me, Joe, me too. I'm in there. We just on the opposite. Yeah, but we just on the opposite ends of the spectrum. That's it. Huh?
No, that's okay.
What? Your microphone is?
No, it's okay.
You want to turn down?
No.
You want to turn down? Your button is the third one from your. No. The third one. Yeah, right there. Okay. Yeah, that's superficial. So, hey, TikTok, Facebook, if you guys just locking in right now, the topic on the table, also what Denise about to put on the table, is we can use that. Should you learn to love outside your type? Should you learn to love? Because a lot of people,
should you learn how to fake things first, and then eventually allow that person to show you that, hey, I'm the one for you, even though I'm not your type, because you're gonna have to fake it up front. Period. There's no other way to get in.
I'm gonna say this, and this has to with you, baby. No. I'm gonna say some people can, and I'm gonna also say this too. If you are the problem in every relationship, I think you need to look at yourself.
Yeah, you need to be
okay. If everybody's saying that there's a problem and the problem is because of you, I think you need to truly look at yourself in the relationship. Okay, but okay, if you're not happy within the relationship and you're honest with yourself and saying that y'all are not the problem, but you're still not happy, y'all got a good relationship, but y'all still not happy, right? It is not about you, where then there's something else that's going on. And that's why I say what my boy MD say, and I love you to death. You know, we rolled off, but I'm gonna call bullshit on this show today, baby. Big dog. It's bullshit, right? For you, that may work. It may. You know, but I'm gonna call you to the carpet like me and you do, right? What the hell are you single right now then if that's the case? You know, I ain't mad at you. I ain't scared of your ass, bro. We can go get it in later on in the show. Hold tight. I got you. MD said, I'll date 6, 7, or 8 if she knows how to take care of me. Okay, so you said see, that's his thing right there, D.
What?
She gotta take care of him. So it don't matter what you look like, this is his queen de queen, you know.
Well, go on over out of the country, get somebody who needs to come over.
Go ahead and be a passport, bro.
Bring your twin girl.
Erica said, absolutely not. I'm too old for games. Aquawoman says, you know, Aquawoman, I look at your picture. I looked at Aquawoman. I'm ready to go swimming with Aquawoman.
Hey, Aquawoman, don't respond no more. Just let it go.
No, but she can let it go, but she got that short hair. And I seen it with the braids, but she took that. When you got braids, you look good. You take the short, you take the braids on, you got short hair, and you still look.
Okay, go ahead. That's what you were saying.
Aquawoman.
Leave her alone. I like her.
I do too.
It's sad when you know your own folks, boy.
Hey,
Lord.
Aquawoman, and she said she liked, but she attracted the dark.
Dark skin men are absolutely gorgeous. Like they are just...
Denise Tam said your hair looks good today. They see you on Facebook.
Thank you.
Aquawoman, don't be laughing. Don't be.
Okay. What you were saying about me and what's her name?
Huh?
Me and Erica are really
okay.
We there.
Dark skinned men are wonderful. But Miss Hanson, you about to get married. I can't flirt with you. Yeah,
oh, you said she's about to get married.
Yeah, she about to get married.
She was married.
But she off the market.
Okay, you okay with those types? You just won't date. So you won't date
engaged
or married?
Engaged or married.
But they can have a boyfriend.
They can have a boyfriend, but I'm
like,
yeah, I'll date you because you know you ain't locked down. You
I got serious issues.
I got issues.
Okay.
Huh?
Ned, keep going.
I got issues.
Keep going.
Okay, Shaw, hey, what?
Yeah, so.
All right, this is Joe Lockett Show. We're talking about what we were talking about on the day with Denise is in the building. Nephew has left me to moderate to do this damn show without his production, which is not good, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be today. Should you learn to love outside your type? What's the first topic on the table?
Yeah.
But Denise, you have some wonderful topics on the table.
Yeah.
Bridget said she like dark chocolate.
Okay, so. You know
Hey,
what?
Bridget.
You know what? I have this guy that I can converse with, and he's like, "Yeah."
Hey, Facebook, ladies, I see y'all sitting on there. Ain't nobody talking. Y'all need to stay something. Hit the like button or something. Yeah, Facebook and YouTube. I see y'all out there. Hit your boy up. That's Facebook and YouTube. You know, every time you get on it and you on Facebook and YouTube, you looking all sex. You know, so you gonna tell what you look like with them glasses on and stuff, right? And you come up here, you like a sexy secretary.
Ninja just you're gonna get me in trouble. I'm not gonna do this with you today.
What is I'll be your secretary. Can you be my secretary?
No, I can't be nobody's secretary.
But you can roll with it. Yeah. Yo, let's get it. What's up? Hey, Bridget.
I gotta get right today because one of the people dating is watching. So.
Hey, bro. What's up? Hey, man. She'll be your secretary. Secretary. All right, y'all, let's get it in.
I'll be your maid.
What?
Okay.
You be your maid? You got the maid. You got the maid. You got one? You got the one with the lace.
Oh no, mine is another little piece. It's cute. I haven't worn it yet. I haven't had anyone to wear it for you.
Fellas, if you want to get dumped but have a good time, yeah, better get it.
Hey, I told you.
What?
Anyway, honey. He's not talking about you. Okay. Keep going.
All right, guys, you guys like into your favorite eating ride. Let's get it in. Let's go.
All right. So today's second topic. Why would you stay just because you don't want to start over anymore? Especially if you hadn't been there long. Some people say they stay because the kids, if it had been a while. They stay because of the kids or stay because of finances. Like you get things together. Now, let's go. Let's go back.
Okay.
What did she say?
I was married a long time and I have kids already. If I can't have what I want, I'll stay single.
So we have two different things going on. We have one that you hadn't been together long.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have another situation where you have been together for a while. You have children together. You have things together,
mm-hmm.
but you're not happy in either one of them. Why would you stay? Most people say, I don't want to start over again. Some say, I don't want to start, I don't want to do, as far as the kids. Some say, well, we got things together, financially. So, hey, it is what it is. For me, that's where cheating come in. Because after so long, because you're not going to stay there. You're miserable. And you're going to tell me cheating's not going to come in? Because you're going to start getting that what do men say? Breath, what is it? Fresh air, breath of fresh air. I couldn't get it out. But that's when they start getting and seeking it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you have the other woman or the other man coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're giving and they're making that person happy when they're not at home.
Right.
And then they have to go home and it's all hell. You're arguing, you're slamming doors, you're not talking to each other. And for the ones that have children, I don't think they understand, because my parents were married for 21 years. We can feel it. Kids can feel that. And when it comes to the kids, when you're staying just because of the kids, in reality, you're really messing the kids up, because what you're teaching them is, hey, regardless, I want you, it's miserable or not, you still stay. And I just think that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the topic today. That's the tip of why stay because you don't want to start over, especially when you had these.
So why should you stay in a relationship because you don't want to start over?
Yeah, you don't have it, and you have nothing together. Like, you have nothing together. You have no children together. You have nothing together. So why stay? That's one piece. And then the other piece is, if you do have kids together, you do have different things with the finances together. But still, why do you stay? If you're miserable, if you're not happy, there's no way you're comfortable if you're miserable.
But here's the thing, D. That's a tough one. Why stay if you're miserable?
Yeah.
Because if you guys just locking into your favorite evening ride on your way home, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, how y'all guys doing? The Nick is in the building, Joe Lockett is in the building, nephew, he's out today. Why stay in a relationship if you're miserable? I think there's a plethora of reasons why a man or a woman would stay, though, Denise. I mean, because I would say, for one, especially when it comes to the woman, she don't have the money to move.
Okay, so is that the one, because it's two different deals, remember?
Okay.
This one here on the left is, we hadn't been married long, with less than 5 years. Less than 5 years, less than 4 years.
Okay.
You have no children together. Financially, you have nothing together. But you're there. The other side is, if you have kids together, your finances, but you've been married for a while. Y'all been together. Y'all have established things. Right. So your lifestyle is based on a 2-income household.
Right.
I can kind of see that, but it's still the question. So for finance reasons, instead of working an extra job or instead of trying to go on and pen this out, I'd rather stay and I'm miserable. But that hubby, your work hubby or your side dude, I have that, but then I go home and I'm miserable here. That causes an issue. It causes an issue. It causes an issue not just in your home, but in that other person's home as well. So I don't quite get it. And I know, I'm single, so you wouldn't understand. I have been in long-term relationships and I stayed. I felt like it was because I loved him, but I more so, I can now answer the question why I stayed, which I don't want to say on the air.
Gotcha.
But everybody has why be miserable? Why just stay
let's go to some of these things that I see people are saying here on TikTok.
All right.
Okay, so we have Miss Hanson said most men would cheat and stay. Most women cheat and get that good and leave. Erica Bunker says that they sure can. They sure can feel it. My daughter told me I should have divorced her dad years ago. Miss Hanson, and what is this in my face? Miss Hanson says it's complicated. People stay for kids of reasons it's personal. Bridget also says, hey Bridget, I stayed for 11 years and tried to make it work. I left and relocated 500 miles away. But the question is, why did you stay for those 11 years if you weren't happy? All I want to say is I would go live in the projects, eat beans, and drink Kool-Aid before I let a miserable MF consume me. She didn't say MF, but I did. Okay, but I think that's what she kind of meant there. Ms. Hanson also said men love comfort and routine. But the
right there.
But hold on,
comfort and routine.
Okay, so
so can she kind of go a little deeper in that? Because I actually was told this by two different people today. Because I kind of did a little research again, y'all. I left my notes, so please forgive me.
You did no research.
Oh, bro, I did. I got percentages and everything. And I asked questions because I didn't want to come blind. You know, I told you I got school right now, so I got time on my hands. Yeah. But it was because they're comfortable, but you're miserable. You know, I can't. You're arguing all the time. Not saying that the people I asked today, but my thing is when you're miserable at home, there are arguments. There are no arguments all the time if you're not miserable. You're miserable. You're trying to make things fit when reality that's probably who God, that's not for you. But you're trying to force something, and so now y'all are miserable. And when that comes in, that's when cheating comes in. Why stay? I do know also some people are afraid to be alone.
I think that is for women. I think that's a huge part of it. And when you're
what? Afraid to be alone?
A lot of women don't want to be alone.
A lot of men don't want to be alone. I know of a guy, and he just is. You gonna have one woman, and that's your main woman, but you always have backup plans. Well, I don't even like that too, but I'm just saying I know of one. So a lot of men don't want to be alone, just like truly focusing on you. And I feel that if you do just focus on you, it's not being selfish. It's simply getting your shit together, and then that person will come, whoever you need to be, who's for you.
Easier said than done.
Okay.
Let's be real. Okay?
All right, and that's what I need.
Okay,
Go ahead.
It's way easier said than done because I'm going to say this here.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Hey, Courtney. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, dude? But I'm gonna say this right here, y'all. Miss Aquawoman says she's right. Comfortability is definitely a reason why some stay, but are you really miserable? And she says that in all caps, the last part there.
Okay, so when you're asking, why are you saying that? I want her to respond. When you're saying, are you really miserable? Can you go a little deeper for me? I'm
sure Aquawoman will. Ms. Hanson says it's so complicated. It goes back to childhood wounds. EB says, Erica Bunker, at Aquawoman, I told my ex that I would sleep on an air mattress and eat ramen. Aquawoman answers your question. There are levels to misery.
Okay. Can you give me some of the levels?
So go ahead, Aquawoman, give us some levels to misery. I'm going to say this. That's an easy question to ask, but it depends on who you are, the situation you're in, and how you're built up. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you stay because you love the person.
Okay. Well, when you're saying when you say you love the person, I'm like Aqua. Is that who said that I want the levels from?
Yeah. Okay.
There are different levels to that thing. Because if you're not in love with that person, I love you. I love you. And I know there's a different love of me loving you, my brother, and loving my man.
Right.
But if you love him, arguing every day or every other day, not talking to each other, having to walk on eggshells, watching what you do and how you do it, do you love that person more than you love yourself?
Yes, some people do. Yes.
And that's for the problem.
And no, I don't think it's a problem.
It is a problem. You should love yourself first before you love somebody. You can't love somebody else or give them your truly love someone else if you do not love yourself. There is no way. I'm sorry, Joe.
I'm with you, but to each his own when it comes to that. I feel like you do, but to each his own, because some people that's how they live. Some people would do more for others than they ever do for themselves.
And
that's their happiness.
person.
But that's their happiness. And I'm
You
not
know
mad at
what?
that.
But
I'm not built that way, but I get it.
I'm not.
But I
look at
get it.
Is maybe they think that's their happiness because they don't know how to not. Okay, I'll use it like this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize that I didn't love myself until after I started living alone, which has been 2.5 years. I loved my children. I loved my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I loved my man. I loved my parents. I did for everyone else, thinking, okay, and I was okay with it. You know, I'm happy doing this. Mm-hmm. Until I started living alone and I didn't have to necessarily take care of everyone and their needs. Mm-hmm. And I realized I don't love myself because there are a lot of stuff that I dropped the ball when it came to me. So I didn't know how the other side was because I thought that was normal. Right. I love me because I'm like, no, it's not normal. But I did not know it until I started living by myself and I started focusing on me. Like, for instance, I realized I don't even like hamburger here. Mm-hmm. But I was eating it like I liked it back then. Mm-hmm. But now I don't even like it. Mm-hmm. I noticed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes we don't know how to love ourselves because we're so focused on throwing everything else out and not even realizing that that's not something I like or something I want because we're not focused on us. We're focused on everybody else.
Good point. Ms. Hanson says, sometimes you stay because your identity, man, y'all talking so much here. Identity is wrapped up in being married. Nick Clark said, can't be selfish. I love my kids first. Our woman says, at the latter reasons you mentioned, Dean, is the extreme level. I cannot stay. Shar says, I was abused. Sorry to hear that. I got divorced, took my kids. That was many years ago, and I'm happy I did.
How long were you married?
How long were you married, Shar? Again, Ms. Hanson has replied and says, some folks can't be alone. They are so dependent.
Which goes back to they're scared to be alone because they don't know. It's like stepping out on faith. Mm-hmm. We all have an issue with faith.
Okay, I want to do this because I think y'all women need to talk about this. I'm seeking to bring Aqua Woman and Ms. Hanson in, and I'm going to let y'all have this conversation. Okay.
No, but I really want to hear from a guy because a lot of men.
I'll hear what y'all say first.
But and where is MD? That's the person I really want to hear.
Well, we'll bring him in too.
Yeah, okay.
Later. Because he takes over the damn conversation.
Don't do my friend like that.
Man, forget the but he's on. We're gonna get him on. I can get the women on.
Sometimes my thighs are big and sometimes they don't.
I'm not gonna do this with you right now. All right, let's watch your favorite eating around. What's up, Miss Happy? What's up, Aqua Woman?
Hey, Aqua Woman. Hey, Payson. Hey.
Everybody good. So, Aqua Woman, I'm gonna go to you first. Talk to me. You and D talk. Let's talk about this. And there are levels to staying and moving around. What's up with you? Talk to me.
So I agree with what Denise shared. Walking on eggshells, arguing, and all of that. Like when I was with my ex-husband, I mean, everything was good until everything wasn't good. So he would start arguments, and they would just kind of come out of nowhere, and he was really, really mean. So he was a nice guy. He was a really good man, but when he turned into this other person, I call him Jekyll and Hyde, he was just not a nice person. And I think it was because he didn't have a job at the time, but I'm the type of person, I do not deal well with conflict, so arguing, and it's just how much I was willing to put up with, and he wasn't nice to me any longer, so I could not deal with that. That was too much for me.
How long were you married?
We were married for 2 years, and we were together for 7. And I noticed this change because he worked in the oil field, so
that's a nice money.
Up and down. So there were periods when he was out of a job, and this only happened twice we were together. So each time he turned into someone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who is this person? And I felt like because he couldn't take care of his family, and I know that's what it was, but still, like, I was there to support him. Like, like I was there, like I couldn't hold it down like he could, but I helped out where I could. So, like, we even went through a period because we were in Texas, and we went through a period where he had to end up selling the house that he purchased. So I just kind of took control. I told him, don't worry about anything. I did all the paperwork. I have to lift a finger. I did everything. So I did a short sale on the house. Mm-hmm. So I was there to support him as much as I thought I could, but he was just not a nice person during those times. So we did end up kind of like separating when we were just fiancé. But then when we got married and it happened again, for me, I thought that he would have this sense that, okay, Renee, she got me. Like, I'm okay, we're okay. But I could. That was just. I just could not. So
let me ask you this real quick. You said when you all were engaged, it happened, and then you end up marrying him, and then it happened again while you were married.
Yes, but when we were fiance, like he wasn't. He was just depressed. Like I could tell he was depressed. So he really wasn't being mean. For me, I just took it as he can't really handle the situation. Okay. But the second time it happened, we moved to Florida. And I don't know if it was because I was around my family. See, when I was in Texas, it was just me, him, and my daughter. Okay. So I don't know. I think it was just the dynamics of my family. But my family was very supporting, loving of him. Like they treated him like they talk to him right now to this day. Mm-hmm. So I really could not understand, like, what is it? And I used to ask him, am I being a good wife to you? And he was just, oh my gosh, this man, he was really rough around the collar. I felt like I was walking on eggshells when I wanted to talk to him. It was like, okay, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm planning what to say. I'm planning his reaction to what I might say. That was crazy. Like, I could not live like that.
And you all were together 7 years before you married?
We were together we were total 7 years. Okay. So we were together 5 years, and then we married, which, like I said, he was really good to me. Like, I didn't see any of this until he lost his job the first time.
Okay, Aquawoman, I'm listening to you, but I got to interrupt if you don't mind.
Let me ask you the question.
Okay, so can y'all stop saying that a man or a woman was really good to y'all and also and compliment them but say they're really bad people? You know what I mean?
No, I did not say he was bad. He just had an attitude problem. Like, he needed an attitude adjustment.
But you didn't see any of that before you, because it seemed like you had some issues. I got love for it, but I'm asking questions. I'm not judging.
That's why I was asking questions, because I kind of wanted to go there, but I wanted to ask the questions to see before I jumped there and started assuming beforehand.
I'm assuming because that's what I heard, and my ears over here burning.
Jesus, go ahead.
No, he was not. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He just wasn't good for her.
Okay, so when you saw those signs when y'all were engaged, why did you marry him?
Well, because she said, if you were listening, that of course dealing with the job, she saw he was depressed. Depression will bring out different signs. They kind of bounced back. Cool. They got married. It went down again.
Okay, because I'm gonna say this, and I'm asking because when you saw something, that is what it is.
Okay, but when you're in it, you don't necessarily see.
Okay, so I believe this, right? Now, let me ask you, how old were you when you was going through this?
How old was I?
Yes.
We met. I was 35. He was 50. How old? 50. He's a lot older than me. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you grace here. And Miss Hanson, we're gonna get to you, so hold tight, don't you go anywhere. So I'm gonna give you grace for that because you were 35, he was 50. Okay, I got it. I don't need to ask you no question.
So what when you realize within that 2 years, or you were married for 2 years, so you realize, hey, it's time for me to bounce. Well, I guess yes. Well, you are. Did you have a child with him?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Denise. I'm sorry.
Did you have a child with him?
Oh no, I just have one daughter.
Oh.
We don't have. And that was the other reason too, because he wanted me to have a baby. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So it wasn't just him losing his job. It was the baby issue. It was.
You didn't know he wanted a child? He never mentioned he wanted a child before you married him?
We talked about it when we met, because like I said, I was 35 when we met. And I was, like not really open to the situation, but open.
What does that mean?
I'm very protective of myself. So I think what scared me about having another baby, number one, my age. Number two, the fact that I had to raise my daughter by myself. And I was like, really wasn't confident that if I had a, baby with this man, like, would he be there? So what made me not is because when this whole ordeal happened with him losing his job and, just some of the things that we went through, I'm like,
Okay. So I'm going to say this, and I probably will sound like Joe a little bit when I say it, but you already had questions before you married him. When you stated you thought about the child or having kids, but you really knew you didn't want any kids, but you knew he wanted.
I didn't want kids. I was open to having a baby, but like I said, there was still uncertainty there.
Right, and that's a question mark. So with that question mark, we women will keep going thinking things will change. And that's really what it sounds like. Am I right?
Well, we did discuss, like at some point I did share with him that, I don't want to do the baby thing. And I explained why. He was okay with it.
Before y'all got married?
Before we got married. Because I didn't want to marry him if that was still going to be an issue. So I was very upfront with him on that. I had changed my mind. I did not want to have another baby so late in life. And, so he was receptive to that.
I have a question.
It wasn't.
Girl, Joe here with his head.
I think it was an issue.
I have a question, Joe. I have a question, Miss Alka Woman. I'm dark skinned, so I'm that second type of guy, like just so you know. But no. She don't want to. But no, I do have a question here. Okay, so I understand what you said. It's about the kid. I think, and I want women to take.
No. Well, a piece of it was because.
I get that part. The kid part I understand, but she said it because she was kind of hesitant because she didn't know whether he was going to stay.
Which that's a question mark.
That's fine, and I get that part.
It was the providing part.
The providing part. Okay, okay, I get that part. But this is the other piece that I think that people listening to our show today is missing. She said she was in her 30s, she was in his 50s. Another question I go on, I think women there may be in a similar situation need to be asking, why does a 50-year-old man want to have a baby?
Well,
honestly, I think there are several.
But what I'm saying is because by the time that baby gets 20 years old, right? If you're 50, that man is 7.
Children?
Yes. I told you. No,
I know.
But what I'm telling you is, right, and this is what I'm saying for some men. I know some of these dudes.
Maybe it was a trap heart.
Yes. To keep. Yes, I'm telling you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. When a man at that stage, right, unless he have no kids, and she didn't. You heard me. I answered the same question. I knew he had kids because he was into control. If you got my baby, right, I done pulled you at 35. You're not going anywhere. Or I'm going to be a part of your life, so it's going to be harder for you to leave me. So he was setting himself up. And this is why I say women do it and men do it. Yeah. Y'all use kids, right?
Yeah.
As a weapon in a relationship to anchor you down, to anchor the other person down, or anchor yourself down. And I think there's a bunch of BS. And women and men, you got to be very aware of that play, because that ain't love. Miss Hanson, you there?
Yeah.
Thank you for waiting, baby. Hey, how you doing, Miss Engaged, Miss Hanson? How you doing?
Thank you. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Well, you're Denise. Yeah, let's go. Talk to us.
All right.
So question, so we can stay on topic, is why do folks stay in unfavorable relationships? I think the word miserable is subjective and a bit dramatic because no one knows what that person is going through in that household. I think a lot of times when we're single, we go right to miserable when someone has a complaint about
Let me say this real quick.
Let me finish.
Hold up, real quick. The reason why I have to say about the miserable word, because that's the word that was given to me by the person. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I think sometimes people that say they're miserable, they're overly dramatic as well.
Okay.
So miserable is subjective, it's all relative. So I want to talk about like people being in unfavorable relationships because the word misery is a bit dramatic. So there are levels of acceptance. Everybody has a threshold.
Mm-hmm.
And their threshold is a personal threshold. Some people have very high thresholds. So our grandparents may have had higher thresholds based on financial, based on how they were socialized, based on how they were raised, based on trauma. So thresholds and the level of acceptance that you have for your partner is based on your childhood experiences and how you view yourself. The other thing is it's cheaper to keep her. So sometimes men will be like, man, I can leave her, even though we don't have children or anything. And if I'm married to her, then I'm going to have to go get my own stuff, which is why you should date somebody in your tax bracket so that you don't have to stay if you don't want to be with them. The other thing we have to talk about is self-worth and self-esteem. So people are more likely to stay if they have to choose to deal with self-worth and self-esteem. So for a man that's in his late 50s, he may be faced with erectile dysfunction, his libido's lower, he may be more apt to stay than a man in his 20s or 30s. A woman that's going through menopause may be more apt to stay because she's not that interested in the sexual level, and so it's more companionship.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is the belief system. So if you were raised in a system that's high on faith, you're Christian, Muslim, or Jewish, and your belief system is that you should stay married and die married, that's another reason people stay. So it's a very complicated thing. It's a very personal thing. And when our friends vent, when we vent, it doesn't necessarily mean that we want to leave. I think that sometimes people take it that way. But I never stayed unless I was happy. And so I've been married and divorced twice. I'm going to be married again the third time. I've always been asked for my hand in marriage. I've never asked to be married. So, but I leave because I have my own finances, I have my own belief system, I have self-worth, I have self-dignity. And so, but I also don't judge people that stay because of the reasons, the above mentioned reasons that I shared.
I like you. So with my notes, some of the points you made actually were in my notes. And so I'm gonna touch the belief one first. I kind of connected that with, yeah, you have that belief dealing with that, but you also have what some people say because they don't want other people to look at them or view them a certain way. Or they don't want to say, oh, well, yeah, this is your third or fourth, marriage. So you end up staying with the person so you won't hear that. In some cases.
That you won't be married again.
Right.
Which is correct.
Right. And then the self-worth is pretty much where I touched on, you have to love yourself. That's what self-worth is. You have to love yourself. And a lot of people don't. And they don't realize that they don't love themselves because they're so used to giving into other people or pouring into other people, So I totally agree with you on that. The tax bracket, girl, that right there. A lot of men especially will date, well, these days women making just as much, but we'll just use this for example. You would date this man and you'll date this woman and you're not in that same tax bracket. So if he leaves or if she leaves, what am I going to do? That's getting things together based off of each other's income. When most of the time one is way higher than the other. I totally get you on that one. Yeah, this job, I didn't need my notes because she was gonna come.
Why don't we name what that looks like, right? So people are like, oh, you need to love yourself. Okay, cool. But what does that look like? That means that you yourself believe that you are important, that you yourself believe that you are attractive, that you yourself believe that you are abundant,
Correct.
that you yourself believe that you are prosperous, that you yourself believe you can do and get whoever you desire.
Yeah.
That's what self-worth is. It isn't just you love yourself.
Well, that includes a lot, even past what you said.
Because if you believe those things, even if you have to be delusional, if you believe those things, there is not a man that can do anything to make you stay if he is somehow abusing you, whether that be emotionally, physically, sexually, right? There isn't a man that could have you in his grasp if you believe that you are that powerful, that you are that amazing. You have to believe it to the point of delusion. And that's why Joe and I laugh at each other, because that's how we are with one another. We believe that we're divine. So it's not hard for us to believe it too.
Correct.
We feed into it. We buy into it. So we need to buy into that. We need to buy into that. Then you don't have to stay.
And I'm glad that you said men have to buy into it, because and I'm an advocate for men. Like, hey, it goes both ways. But you're absolutely correct. Loving yourself is not only the things that she mentioned, but you know how to love yourself, and that's inside and out. If you don't, there is no way that you can love someone else. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. That's nobody can change that. It's no way you can love someone else.
That's eating right. That's working out. That's getting the Botox if you want it. That's getting the nails done, the hair done, the back. But more importantly, that's making sure your finances are right.
Correct.
You know, you can't love yourself and then buy a bunch of lotto tickets, but you have nothing in savings. So it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And you gotta adapt to it, or else you're gonna be stuck to your circumstances.
Yeah.
And so people say, "Oh my God, LaShawn, like this is your third marriage." Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or right, but if this one don't work out, I'll be married full time. Because I'm not asking for my hand in marriage. Somebody's asking it from me.
No, be careful.
You know that. And you know something, a lot of older men, my opinion, and guys, please tell me if I'm wrong. A lot of older men,
thank you
so much. They pick a lot of younger women because they pick the ones who have those issues that she touched.
Right.
I like her. I'm gonna have to bring you on more often.
Miss Hanson?
Yeah.
Oh, she speaks strong just like you. Both of them.
I like her.
So like Nate her. Dogg, let's see. Can I find MD?
Hey, Jen.
Let's see his MD on this. Is he still here?
Yeah, MD on there. Because I really want to hear from a male point.
I don't see him on here.
He was on there because he just stated something. And Nate, thank you so much, Nate, boyfriend. You know that's my boyfriend, right?
Who's Nate Dogg?
Yeah, Nate Dogg, my boyfriend. He made me his girlfriend. So that's my boyfriend.
Y'all wow.
I know, right?
Maybe
one day we'll meet.
Hey, maybe y'all will. Let's see here. MD. I sent him a request. We see this answer back here.
Okay.
Because he may not be on. Because sometimes MD just he jump in, he jump out. Well, Nick Dawg sending you kisses and everything. Y'all. What's up, Be the Boss? So where we going with this?
So yeah, I really do want to hear from a male's point of view, because a lot of men, they stay. They'll go outside the house, but they stay. And then they cause, well, I'm not gonna say they. Both parties cause issues. I don't think
men leave the house. I don't think men cheat because they're unhappy.
Really?
No, I don't think
something they're not happy with. I would think that's how a lot of us think. There's something
some men are cheating because they're not getting it at home.
Okay, right? So they're not happy with what they're not getting.
But some men are just dogs.
I think that too.
I think most men are happy at home. They just want to have their cake and eat it too. I'm speaking from a man's point of view. I think most men,
something deep down in there that they want, whether that they want more of, so they're not happy with the little that they're getting, so they need about 5 more. It makes them feel good. I just look at it like this: don't marry them then.
See,
don't get married.
You know, I don't think. See, but again, you got to think about. I'm a man. I'm a conqueror. I collect things. No, seriously.
No. I just because you know me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that. But when you think about men, right?
Okay.
We collect things, so it's not that
it makes you happy to collect those things. Excuse me. Come on. If you know, I go deep. So
I go deep as you want to, but you're not. Yeah. But you're not going to get away from what I'm saying. I'm happy at home.
But you're not happy with the amount of what you have.
No, I'm happy with the amount that I have, but I'm always going to want more. What for some men, there would never be enough, D.
Okay, so you're not happy until you.
I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah, I get what I'm saying.
I get what you are saying.
I'm happy with my wife. I'm happy with my husband, but I like just having it all.
Okay,
I like having
this is what women are from Mars and men from Venus, right?
Honey, I'm from Birmingham.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm a man. Okay, so I can't tell you what a woman does, but I'm telling you what men think.
Y'all just think some ignorance.
But I'm telling you, but this is what women got to start listening. Y'all got to start listening to what a man
says.
saying.
No, y'all. I'm happy at home. However, I like getting everything else too.
I'm going to see can I get more. Don't mean I'm not happy at home. I just
repeated what you said.
Yeah, so it's like I'm happy. Everything is great. There's nothing wrong at home. Nothing. I'm good.
You just like to fish.
Yeah.
I like to fish too.
Yeah, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, women that
no, I don't.
Well, you put that out there.
I know. I just thought about it.
Exactly. It's the hunt for a man. Like I said,
it's the hunt for some people.
For some people. Now, some men are cheating because they didn't have the conversation with their wife and it didn't work, and so
they're like, a headache. So I go somewhere who I can talk to, laugh with. Have a great time, relax.
Girl, I'm gonna say this: women need to not marry those guys. See, women marry guys again. Some, somebody that's okay. Women need to move from those diseases.
About the men that
yeah.
But if the woman don't know,
then do men cheat? Yes, men cheat. Yes, men do cheat.
Okay, and that goes back to what I said.
What?
And I'm going to use the miserable word right now, Ms. Hanson, because a lot of people use that word. So that brings in, it opens the door for everything to come in.
Okay.
When you're there, it opens that door and you're not going to last. It's only going to get worse.
Whenever you step outside the confines of your marriage, you're opening the door for it to not last. I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's not going to last.
I'm with you 100%. But this is what I have learned being married, being divorced, watching people get married, watching people get divorced. A lot of people get married and they're not in love with the person that they are married.
All right, that's the topic. So,
no, seriously.
No. And it's crazy because someone I know told me that, a guy.
I mean,
my question on that is, do both parties supposed to be in love with each other when they're marrying each other?
I think it depends on where you are in life and your maturity. Do you truly know about loving yourself? And do you truly know what love is? Because some people, men and women, come from a household that didn't have love in it. You never saw love. You seen it on TV, you got an idea, but you've never truly been loved. You've never been hugged. You've never been kissed. You've never been loved the way or seen it in your lifetime. And the first time somebody shows you something you never felt before, you perceive it as being love.
I can agree with you.
You know what I mean? So, and it could be with the wrong person.
I think a lot of people, a lot of women, I'll say, a lot
Me
of
too.
I'm saying right now.
Okay.
For some women who didn't grow up with a father, They don't know how. They don't understand or know how to feel when a man loves them.
Yeah.
So they end up with these men who are not good for them. And the men know that woman didn't have a father in the house, a father figure. So they use that. Now I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go and research it so I can take you this week's studies show. But most women, not like research, most women, that's really how it goes. And for men, because they didn't have that mom, they may have had one in the home, but the mom was probably not there, or not giving that love like a mom should. But they look for women.
Okay, but a lot of, and this I see it happening in a lot of single family homes, right? Especially with moms that are single moms. A lot of kids have never seen their mom be loved.
I was actually gonna go there.
You know what I mean? So it's hard for a little girl that's raised by a single mom, for a young man raised by a single mom, and when the only thing they know is strife, pain. You know what I'm saying? And agony.
When you say that, are you saying because their mom was single?
Because the men,
because not necessarily.
It's not always necessary. But what I'm saying is, in a lot of cases, like when I'm in the schools, okay, I'm going by just my experience of being in the majority of 42 school systems right now.
Okay, so kind of let them know where you're getting.
Okay, so my information is coming from being in multiple school systems throughout Birmingham, Alabama, and teaching at different colleges, right? When I'm looking at kids, right, and it comes to love, and you talk to them about family traditions and love and what that really looks like, the conversation goes quiet. When they talk about at home and they talk about their mom or their dad, even if they're together, right? It's not the best. Out of 10 kids, and there's probably 15 to 20 in the room, but I'm just gonna say out of 10 kids, you ask 10 kids, how many are living in a house that's full of love and happiness and they understand it?
They don't know.
I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. Which goes back to when I said, a lot of people may say, when it comes to loving yourself, you think you love yourself, but you really don't even know that you don't love yourself because of what you're doing. It goes back to those kids. So going back to the topic, what do you do? Like, okay, I'm not happy. I don't want to leave.
Your man is back.
MD?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll bring him on.
Yeah, you can bring him on when you're ready.
Okay. I don't want to leave because I don't want to. It might look a certain way because I've been married a few times, or I'm not happy because I don't want to deal with these arguments all the time over stupid or small crap. I don't, but I know I need to, but I don't want to because I don't want to start over again. I don't want to have to get to know people again. I don't want to. But what if you haven't been in it long anyway? What if you bringing everything to the table, not that person? Which depends on what that goes to another topic. What is bringing what to the table? But I think that's being selfish because, and not necessarily to that. I think both sides are selfish. You're selfish to yourself, and you're selfish to that other person, or the other person's selfish as well. Because who want to stay with arguments? Like, I know you're going to have some debates or some disagreements,
right?
But arguments on a regular.
Okay, so can we talk about this? Because I really want to get before we bring MD on. There is a thing, such thing as, have you ever seen or heard about a woman or a man that's in jail, right? And they've been in jail for years, right? But once they get out, right, they wind up going back in.
Yeah. Yeah. They're used to that environment. They feel comfortable and safe in that environment. Outside of those jails,
they don't know how to survive.
Right. I was going to say, outside of the jail, they don't really know
how to survive.
So,
a lot of times, right? Not some of them, but I know there are times, right? And I know of some situations right now going on today, personally, right? There are women in relationships, right? that they are not happy, but they're happy. Listen to the words that come out of my mouth.
Oh, I heard you.
They are not happy, but they are happy. They would never leave that relationship. Ever. Right? And if we look at it, we say, man, why not leave? Right? Because you can. You're not happy, girl. Why not leave? She can't hear you because she's happy, but she's not happy, and she ain't going nowhere. And the guy that put her in that situation knows that.
And it's gonna use it.
And always will use that. And she would never leave him. There are some women in that situation. There are some women where there's a point and something happens and she snaps out of that 15, 20 years later, and she walks away. And some women walk away earlier. So when we talk about leaving, you have to think about if you've been in something for 15 to 20 years, right? You're 20 now. You were 20 then. 20 years later, you're 30, 40 years old, right? Are you trying to truly get up and leave your situation? You 60, 50 years old, 60 years old, right? The modern day women, the women of my era and Denise era, y'all getting up and getting the hell up out of there 9 times out of 10.
Okay, because that's gonna be my next question.
Okay.
Real quick before you start.
Sure.
Does age matter? And this is why I say this.
Yes,
because some people, when they get to a certain age, okay, they get to a certain age, and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna stay because I'm just too old to leave. So you want to stay for the rest of your life, unhappy.
Yes.
Because where I am right now, but you're in your 40s.
No, not only that. No, I want me to talk about this because this is what I've been told. Not Joe making this up. This is about what women have told me. Maybe 2 or 3. I'd be damned if I don't went through all I went through with this man, and I'm gonna give it to another woman.
We've discussed that before, remember?
Yes.
And I said that's why a lot of women stay.
But a lot of women, like when we went from this there to this, you think I'm gonna just take half of this and let you get the rest?
Okay, so that's the point because we talked about that, and I told you a lot of women because I stayed in my situation because my thing was, hey, I created this. I'm not gonna let you have what I have.
And a lot of women were standing on business and
we always call each other. We go at each other. It's not about the dude at that point. It's about it. But let's flip it over and put it as men. Why? You say a lot of women, because we do agree on that. We've talked about it before. A lot of women would stay for the other woman not to touch what I created. Right. So
I think men, right, as a man, some men don't want no other man to have you, so they stay, right? I don't see, because I'm not built that way, I don't see a lot of men staying out of necessity, right? Unless you're just a man who's just a piece of shit and haven't done nothing in your life and your woman is taking care of you, that's different. But if you're a man about handling your business and you got a good job and you got everything in order and you're staying with your woman and you're not happy, it could be a couple of things, ladies and gentlemen, as a man. You're a father. If you're a father, you don't want to disappoint your kids and your wife and your family. It's an image that you want to uphold to the world because of who you are as a man in your community, your church, and stuff like that. That's
which
one thing.
goes with me and Miss Hanson was referring with
right. So men stay for that reason. And the other thing is, for men, and this is very harsh, but I would say, as a man, it's cheaper to keep her.
Okay, so let's remove those two. Let's remove the kid and let's remove, it's cheaper to keep her.
Okay. If I'm staying and I'm not happy, the only other reason why I'm staying that I'm not happy, and I'm just thinking from Joe Lockett point of view now, because I can't really think outside of these realms now. I love you. Okay. I truly love you. And I'd rather be unhappy than be without you.
So a guy earlier, when I told him, pretty piece of the topic, he stated to me, yeah, because some people, some men just don't want to start over. Some men don't want to start over and have you get used to the other family and other kids and what have you. But this particular person hadn't even been married 2 years yet.
See, I feel different. I drop your ass like a bad habit, so I don't care about that. If I'm staying and I'm unhappy, it's because I really love you. I know you're my baby. And even through the worst times and bad times, I'd be damned if you're going to leave me. You know
even if you argue more than you are.
I'd rather argue with you than argue with anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I need my dude to talk.
No, but I'm just being honest. You saying, why would I stay? I'm just saying, but I don't like that from you. No, but I'm saying, but I would rather be with you and argue with you and be unhappy. Because if I'm with you, I'm really unhappy. You see what I'm saying? The other woman, there's not a woman can make me happy the way you do, even though I'm unhappy. That's love. If I'm staying if I'm a man, I'm the dude like me, and I'm staying, and I can go handle my own business with another woman. Oh, I love you. I really
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so you may look at me like, man, I can't stand that, but I love the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that's just me. That's just if I'm staying and I know that I got my shit together and
that
I can
makes
move
sense
on.
because I'm like, nobody's giving the answer or from a man. Women, we can say as much and while women stay, but from a man. So MD can.
Nate Dogg said I stayed because I loved her, not because I was happy. See, same thing. See,
really?
Yeah.
So okay, so
Nate Dogg. Well, he's Nate Clark. I call him Nate Dogg.
Okay, so yeah. Nate, that's your answer to that. Do you cheat?
Would you cheat? I wouldn't cheat on a woman that I love.
Even though you're unhappy, but
I can't cheat on you.
But I'm not gonna cheat on
you. If I love you, there's no way in hell I'm cheating on you. I would never give another woman the pleasure of saying that I slept with your husband and I love the hell out of you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Okay. I'm not. If I love you.
So Nate, what about you?
Nate, would you?
And that's
also. He said no. I'm divorced. Never cheated.
But let me say this: cheating is not just sleeping with someone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put myself in a position.
Okay, because I want to stress that because some people feel like, well, I didn't cheat. Okay, you didn't sleep with them. Yeah. But when you're having anything secretly that you're doing behind your wife's back with another woman is cheating.
Okay, so at 53, and when I was married to my last wife, I didn't cheat. So I was in my late 40s, my 40s and my 50s, right? When I became a mature man, I stood on, I guess, business before they were saying the word. I handled my business. And I said this and I say it all the time. I will never give another woman the pleasure of saying I slept with your husband. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. If you love your woman, right? How would you give a woman the audacity, unmitigated God to be even to utter those words about your wife to anybody? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see myself when I was married to my ex to allow any woman to ever say that about her behind her back or walk past her and say, I effed your husband. You know what I'm saying? Or thinking that, she got something over my wife. That's how much I loved her. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't do that to her. You know what I'm saying? So when a man loves a woman, you're not going to, even if you get in an uncompromising situation with other women, you're not going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to hurt your woman because the love, what you feel, when you love a woman, it's different. You fight for that shit. I'm just being honest. You
so
run.
How long do you fight for it though? Like
it's no long. It's no long. But D, when you don't love with you, and I have found my peace and know that I love you. There's no time. There's no time. We're together. See, what y'all got to understand is when you love somebody, there is no time. When you have figured out that I love this woman, her good, her bad, her ugly, her dirty draws, I love her, right? There's no time limit. There's no, if she continues, no, damn it, I love her.
Okay, so I'm gonna take what you said, all right?
Okay.
And I know I'm gonna have to go a little deeper here.
Sure.
Take what you said from a man. This is why, which I really appreciate you answering the question because the question really hadn't been answered by a man. But let's flip over to a female. She gets beat every day.
Okay. She's what?
He beats her every day. She's
okay. Every day. Okay.
But she loved this man, and she'd rather get beat by him than to leave. That's how much love she has. Most people, 90% of people are gonna say, I really hate that she stays there. I wish she would leave. And a lot of people don't see that as that she's happy. I think we both
turn the microphone a little bit more to your face.
Okay.
Just that way. To your left. There you go. Right there. There you go.
I think we both can agree that we know of or have known someone and they truly love that person. When you say it from that point of a man stays, regardless of arguing, hey, there's no time on it. Flipping over to being abused, like physically and mentally abused. The way you said that, we have to now think, well, you know what? I can't be mad at that person or bothered by that person wanting that love that they have. You get what I'm going with that? I think you all out there don't really know. But
I think everybody understands what you're saying, but this is what I say, and I get what you're saying. I have had to learn to understand that for me, that's wrong. And even for them, that's wrong. What I would ask the person that says, the physical abuse that you say, I think is wrong that you say. But this is what I say, ladies and gentlemen, when you see someone in that situation, don't critique them about that. Leave them with a question. This is what I have learned to do. I leave you with a question. Are you staying out of fear or are you staying out of love?
I specifically said, we're going off of what you said.
Yes.
We're not gonna go it further. Out of love.
I love this woman. See, arguing, you
hear me out.
Okay.
I want you to walk with me because sometimes arguing, that's a mental. Okay, that is a mental. So physical and mental gonna continue. Mental, you can't erase this.
But I'm a man.
I get what you're saying, Joe. But we're talking about
okay. So let's compare apples. If you would physically abuse me, would I stay? You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm mentally abusing you, would you stay? So because you're not a parent.
Love is arguing. I love her enough that I want to argue with. Arguing is not something that's peaches and cream.
But for a man, that's nothing. For a woman, maybe a lot.
Okay, hold on. For some men, that may not be anything.
For most men, that's
for
not
some men.
I'm a man.
And for most men, they think that hitting is love. So
okay, but we can't. No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say verbal and physical is the same. It's not.
Actually, verbal is worse than physical.
Depending on who you're talking to.
Physical, those bruises can heal. Mental, that's gonna always be. You can't heal that out of your head.
I don't know. I've seen it. I've been around it. I've never had it happen to me.
I've never had it happen.
So I can't say. I would not speak on something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I am ill-equipped to answer that question.
Well, let me correct that. I've actually been mental, not physical.
Well, again, I'm ill-equipped to answer those questions. I've seen it, but I've never been in the situation where I inflicted or was inflicted by someone where I had to deal with this. So I don't know what that is.
Let me add this to it. Let's go back to the kids and what you just said.
Okay.
Children, when you're seeing things, they don't have to get their, parents or whatever hands on or beating or whatever. But when they're hearing things, when these parents are arguing, that hits mental.
It does.
And that is another form of mental abuse.
It is.
So when we are saying we've never been, in that situation, which like I said, I have mentally, let's go back to our childhood.
Okay.
Some childhood, it's been some mental abuse on.
A lot.
So
most
a lot of
kids that grew up in the 70s, most kids grew up in the 70s are mentally abused.
We can say 89 is 2024.
Yeah, but
what's going on?
Okay, but I can honestly say, I don't know about the kids now because I'm a grown man, but I do know.
I know you're grown, but when we're listening, like when you said about the kids, these are children. So when we say that we've never been in these positions, if we really think about it, a lot of us have.
Okay, so we have someone on here that said, I'm a survivor of mental, physical, and emotional abuse. So if you don't mind, I don't know if I can bring you on because she may be able to speak more to what we're talking about because I'm like I said, again, I'm ill-equipped to talk about these things. So I just sent her a friend request, so I'm going to see if she answers, we will talk with her and let her explain more about. Her name is Kathy. Okay, Kathy's getting ready to come on, y'all. And she's accepting my request here.
Hello.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay, so no. I'm glad you just first time on the show, and I thank you for coming on the show. Thank you so much for willing to speak about this, because Denise and I were very ill equipped to talk about physical, mental, and emotional.
Not physical, but definitely mental.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this to you and Denise to talk about.
No, you talk about it.
Okay, so tell us when you listen to this, what are you hearing, Kathy?
From three generations of abuse. And I've witnessed it. I've been a victim of it, and I still am. My mother is almost 90 years old. She's narcissistic, and she has little to no empathy. And so I have to distance myself from her. I'm married an abusive man, and he passed away, and I noticed in my relationships, I'm attracting the same kind of energy, even though I'm in therapy. I've gone to domestic violence support groups, and I've had one-on-one therapy for that. So it's damaged me in a lot of ways, because it's caused me to attract the same kind of energy, even though I'm trying to break free of it. So I'm still dealing with it, and I'm 63 years old. So
wow.
So you said that your mother was abused, right?
Yes.
And you saw this growing up.
Well, her father was abusive. So she became very controlling and domineering. She was the first of 5 children, and she said to herself, I'm never going to let a man treat me this way, because she witnessed her mother being abused. So she married a very passive man, which was my father, and he never defended me from with my mother's abuse, and he's afraid of her. They're both 89 years old, and she still is very controlling, domineering, and I have to stay clear, because I want to defend my father, and I can't even defend him. It's just toxic, But she's not going to change at her age, so she's done a lot of damage to her kids, and she's in denial.
So it goes from your mom dealing with it, and as a child, you saw your mother doing it to your father. So mentally, that she kind of abused you there, and then you end up marrying someone because you're used to that mindset. This is what you saw. Mentally, you're already set up for and they know. The thing is, you wonder how, but those who you end up with, they know which ones. They know who are not necessarily saying weak-minded, but they know who they can kind of, what's the word I'm looking for to really.
Yeah. I married a gentleman that was very opposite of my mother. And then it turned out he was just as controlling, domineering, and
because he saw that he could do it with you. He saw it.
Well, I had very little awareness at the time. I was 19 when I met him, and you always think, well, I'm not going to let anybody mistreat me like this, and then you just subconsciously attract the very thing you're trying to avoid.
Okay, so Kath, I need you to explain this to me, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I'm talking about this. So can you explain to the audience that's listening on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram on the Joe Lockett Show, when you say that you go towards that abusiveness, what does that feel like? What does that look like? Why? How do you go towards that? I mean,
you end up attracting what you.
Because it's familiar. It's a familiar. It's you were brought up in this environment and it's familiar, and
So
you don't know
what are the
anything.
triggers?
What you don't know.
Okay, but so
You know,
what are the triggers? The kindness, the control, the assertiveness. What pulls you? What gravitates you towards that person?
Well, at the moment now I'm dealing with a narcissist, which is similar to my mother. They're very manipulative, conniving. They pour a lot of love out towards you at the beginning. They come towards you like they're going to save you from this, that, and the other. So they win you over gradually, and then you almost become like addicted, because once they start pulling away, then you crave that affirmation from that source again, because they have the power, dominance over you. And it goes back to your childhood wounds that haven't healed many times. And this is what I've been told by therapists. So I'm not a therapist, but I see how it's played out. And so it's, I'm still healing.
Also, why are you dating if you're still healing?
Well, I think she stated you started therapy after
No,
you married,
but she
right?
said she's dating someone right now that's a narcissist. So,
I'm dating a narcissist.
so let me ask you this question. So again, at 61, right? You don't have to ask me if you don't want to. I'm just asking because I'm curious. If you're still healing, why are you dating?
Well, this has been an ongoing process through most of my adult life. I've always sought out counseling, and whether through the church, and I'm a Christian, so I've always believed God can, heal you emotionally and.
But Kathy, I'm loving you, and I want to make sure you know that I'm not trying to be difficult here, but you're kind of avoiding what I'm asking you, right?
Okay.
So
She can't really answer that. I hear her.
So you're not healed, right? Yourself personally, right? You're still going through therapy. Why would you seek out a person or a man or a relationship knowing that you're going to gravitate for somebody to listen to you and make you feel wanted? I probably did. I think I did.
A lot
Oh,
of
hold on,
people.
she's there.
She's
Hold on.
there.
You still? Are you there, Kathy? She may have. When she comes back, I'll be here. But and I'm being a little tough here because.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, okay, if you know that this is what you attract, why don't you hold up until you? But that goes back to everybody want to feel loved. Everybody wants the companionship, because this has pretty much been all her life.
And and we both know why. We get it, but sometimes when we don't allow ourselves to answer the really tough question.
But she's not there yet.
Exactly.
She's not there yet to even answer that question. That's why I said I get you.
Okay, Kathy, she come back shortly. Okay. Yeah, you can, Kathy, you can.
I know that for a lot of women, I can only speak for women. Like when you say, I don't want anybody like my dad. My dad is very aggressive.
Right.
I thought that authority mentality or that authority lifestyle, that's what I end up attracting. And you always say you want opposite of, but you end up with what you are used to.
That part I agree with, and that's very tough to break your habitual routine. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that, because you're going to gravitate to what you gravitate to. So it really means that you have to you have to reset, right, or re-engineer your brain.
Sometimes you think you are okay. Sometimes
you're
not. Woo. But I'm saying like therapy, because I'm in therapy. It's like therapy. You think like when you ask for the question, it's like, okay, I think I can do this. You end up meeting someone and they are just the best person, and you get deeper in, and you reality.
And I want everybody to understand that when you come on the Joe Lockett Show, right? Thanks, Dave. I'm going to ask you tough questions. You don't have to answer. Kathy, if I offended you by asking you the tough questions, right? But I just want to say this to everybody, because I'm never meaning to offend. I'm asking questions to learn and to provoke the conversation about if someone is going through this situation, right? I'm not a therapist. I'm just a radio talk show. I've been doing it over 10 years, right? That's what I do, right? We get into the conversation. I'm loving what we're doing here on the Joe Lockett Show today. These very great questions that you brought into the show today. But I think when you're in these situations, right, there's never a one size fits all. I think everybody stay and leave for their own reasons. I think we've all seen being around an abusive, whether it was mental, whether it was physical, whether it was emotional. We've all experienced it in some shape, form, or fashion. If you ask 100 people why they stayed, you're going to get at least 50 different answers.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think it's up to the person. Happiness is on that person at their time. What I have learned is this: you will leave when you are ready to leave.
My godmom used to tell me when I was with my ex, and I was like, I'm just done. I just can't do this. I'm just done. And she told me one day, she said, you'll know when you're tired.
You do, yeah.
And every time I would say, I am tired, she said, no, baby, you're not tired yet. You'll know when you're tired.
Someone said I gave myself the red bone. I gave myself 7 years to heal. Now I feel I'm ready to date again. Sunflower, in the middle of all of that crazy, maybe that person may be doing good things too. Very true.
Yeah, because they do that.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'm sorry. I love you. And they feed that thirst. But they're still the same person.
I would say that if you are married an abusive person, they will never change. I mean, you know, and I say never very strongly, because if this person has done it for years or decades, they're not changing. If it happened once or twice, maybe they can change, whether it's verbal, physical, or whatever, right? But I think to each his own when it comes to a man and a woman. But be very careful about who you talk to and who you seek love and affection from, whether it's your therapist, whether it's the priest, or whether it's a friend. Because at some point, once you get the general idea of what you are and where you are, if you're depressed, if you mentally abused, physically abused, once you figure out those things, the therapist is there to guide you. The pastor is there to guide you. But you ultimately have to figure out who you are, who you're going to be, and put those actions into play each and every single day. And I think sometimes when you say you go through therapy, and I'm seeing this, you know, sometimes, not often, but I see it. I'm in therapy, and now you're moving on with your life, and you're still falling into the same rut. You're not healed. You're going by what a therapist have said to you, right? And you're thinking, because I'm listening to this, I'm not going to find this. If you're not here, you're still going to gravitate to the same stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because you still don't know who you are. Just because you're in therapy does not mean that you're ready to enter the marketplace or whatever that you left the marketplace from, whatever that may be, whether it's a work or a relationship.
Even if you're not in therapy, give yourself. It goes back to the beginning of the show.
Right.
You have to learn you.
Yes.
That is so important, to learn you. Be by yourself.
And
you have to.
And people got to stop thinking when you say, and don't take this the wrong way, America. Please don't. But just because you're in therapy, that don't mean they're fixing your ass.
No, that's like a medication.
It's a guide. It's a understanding for you to take a deep breath and figure some things out and think some things through. Talk it out. The fixing is when you walk out of that door and you start to do day-to-day stuff. You have to fix you once you get the understanding of what you have done or where you may be. Don't think because you're with a therapist or your pastor, right, that they're going to give you a prescription and an antidote to fix you in that chair. It don't work that way, y'all. It doesn't. I mean, some of y'all think that, okay, I'm with my therapist, I've been there for 2 years, 3 years. I am good to go. And your ass still, and you still haven't worked on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You see it, so next time I go with somebody, I'm not gonna do the same thing. BS, because if you don't know who you are as a man and as a woman, if you don't realize what food do I like, what smells do I like, right? Where do I like to go when I'm by myself? How do I make myself happy? What is that I don't like? You know what I'm saying? If you can't answer simple questions for yourself and you're looking for approval from somebody else about anything else in your life, you're not ready to date. Because you'll get suckered in.
My girlfriend gave me an assignment, and the assignment was to tell her, I had a week to tell her what made me happy. Mm-hmm. And if you really think, most people can't deeply think about what makes you happy, then you know I have asked her for extensions on my homework.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dang, what makes me happy? You know?
Listen, I asked this question when I'm on the Keisha and Joe show.
Hold on, without it being someone doing something.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you happy?
I ask people this all the time. What is your happiness? What makes you happy? Right?
It gets quiet.
It gets very quiet because now you get the true thing. What makes you happy? Right? And a lot of people, if you don't know what makes you happy without it being somebody else, because see, most people get in a relationship for them to medicate them. Mm-hmm. Right? If you say, I love you today, you look beautiful today. Okay, I'm happy, I feel good. Mm-hmm. Right? Let's go do something today. Oh, I'm happy, I feel good. You're not happy
at all. That's called Band-Aid.
Yeah. Okay, whatever it is. I don't even know if it's a Band-Aid. I think it's BS, but myself personally.
It's a Band-Aid. As long as you don't know what makes you happy, that something's broken in there. So if your bone is broken, putting a Band-Aid or getting a cortisone shot is only going to make it feel good for that moment. But you still have that inside that needs to be fixed.
You know what I had to find out what makes me happy? It took me a minute. But what really truly makes me happy? Quietness. Just being quiet.
And that is so simple. And it's the biggest thing.
But for me, I'm the most happy when there's nobody around. Everything is quiet. When I say, now listen what I'm telling y'all, America, listen to what I'm saying when I say quiet, right? Quiet for me means when I'm in my house by myself, right? And my mind is quiet. Not the stillness of the house. Not you know what I'm saying. But
you be on vacation, and that brain is still going.
But when I sit in my house every day right now, and I'm not worried, I'm not arguing, there's not a conversation going on in my head. I can't believe she did this, or how am I going to do this? Quietness. And I had to realize this after I got a divorce, after I pulled away from everybody, after I said, I'm shutting everything down. Happiness came to me when I can sit in my house and hear that. Right, mentally and hear. I can hear.
I used to think that purchasing something, it was like, oh, I feel good. But yeah, that's a feeling. Mm-hmm. It's a feeling. And then after the fact, you got a high credit card debt. Or dang, so I'm still trying to figure out what makes me happy. But some people use those cortisone shots. But that only lasts so long. And if you continue to get those shots after a while, it'll start bothering that joint.
I found out for me was I had an addiction. And it wasn't bad, but
everybody
it was addiction. But what I was using as a cortisone shot was texting someone when I was, hey, you good? Or being on the phone, right? That would quiet my mind down, right? So I would always talk to somebody or text somebody.
So you won't.
So I don't think so, it keeps me talking, it keeps me moving, right? But when I shut about a couple of months ago, when I shut everything down, right? And I had to deal with everything. I saw what was important, and there was peace and quiet because now I'm not running from. What I realized was I was using people as a Band-Aid. I was using friends, I was using family as a Band-Aid to not handle it was small things. But for you to reach success or wherever the pinnacle you want to get into your life, you got to figure out what's stopping you from getting there. And sometimes you just scrolling on your phone, you having conversations, you going out, you drink. I mean, small things can stop you from doing the small things. Let me say this again, America. Small things can stop you from doing small things. And those small things that you need to do is the catalyst to getting you to where you need to be. But you decide not to do it because you do other small things and you never reach your full potential, right? And that was me. Like, you got all the time in the world now. What are you doing? You 53. There's nothing stopping you, right? What are you running to, or what are you running from? What are you afraid of?
What are you avoiding?
Exactly. Do you want this or you don't want this? Are your problems that big or your problems that small? Are you that dude or you not that dude, Joe? I have to face all these things. And a lot of us listen to the show that y'all get what I'm saying. You facing these stuff and you don't know what to do with it, right? But it's the smallest of things. And my piece and my understanding was determination, consistency, discipline, and quiet. And the only way I could do that is there's nobody could tell me how to do that in America. I had to understand it through the noise. And I had to learn how to shut off all of the noise.
A lot of people, because I don't know how to shut off. Like when my brain's going, it's going.
And I can't tell you how I did it. It happened.
It happened. Person's gonna have their own way of how to shut things down.
I started to shut down things that I knew that was not needed for me. And then I started to shut down things that I knew I wanted to do. Right. And so it started with new friends, family, to now that I very rarely talk on the phone. I very rarely text, right? It's only in important issues. If I see somebody that I know that is business related, I will be on the phone, I will text somebody. I don't go out unless it's about business or I'm in the schools now because I got focus. That's what has helped me in the last 2 months. I would say I have made more money in the last 2 months than I made in the last 10 years.
Because you remove distraction.
But let me say this, and I'm being honest, D. I have made more money in the last 2 months than I have made in the last 10 years monthly because I figured out who Joe Lockett was.
Which goes back to you staying, think about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about yourself.
Yes.
If you love the person, fine. But think about yourself. Do it because you want to do it. Not because of what other people are saying or how you think it's going to look, because you've been married more than once or twice or 3 times.
Right.
Do it because, hey, I want to be here, not because I don't want to start over and have to get my own place.
Right.
Do it because you want to, not because, well, dang, I got to learn a new family again. So I said, and I would say, and I will continue to say, because I have to tell myself every day, love you.
Yes.
You're first.
Yes.
As mothers, especially, we love our children more than we love ourselves. I love my children. I'm all they have. You know, their dad wasn't there. Right now, I love my kids. But I love me more.
Yes.
So when my son, one of my boys will call and say, oh, and they'll talk about having some little issue, I said, oh, okay. Well, we're going to figure that out, aren't you? Because I have to pull back. Hey, you got to, nope.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself. You are first.
Yes.
Flying. When you're on a flight, which, you know, I love flying. Scared of heights, I love flying. They always instruct you to put your mask on first.
Right.
And then put your child, remember. Now, that's your name, Tyson. That right there says a lot. You have to save you so you can save someone else. Because I never understood, like, why would they tell you to put yours on? You got a child right there. But that's how we're set up.
Right.
We got to love ourselves. We got to think about self first, or we won't be any good for anybody else. So to go back to the topic before we end this, why should you stay? Or why would you stay? Because you don't want to start over. I want you to ask yourself, okay, because I don't want to start over, well, maybe my beginning will be better. Sometimes starting over on some stuff, because I think we all have had to, especially when you've been knocked down all the way down, and it's like, crap, I got to build my brand back up, or I got to build. Sometimes starting over, that fresh start is what you need. You become a better person than you were when you were stuck in this position.
I would say this: if this has been my personal journey with the vibration, energy, God, universe. When you put it out there, right, what you want, it would take about 10 years for it to show its true self, because you have to be educated. Either 10 years or 10,000 hours to become a master at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. It's 10 years. There's no getting around it. And in those 10 years, you're going to be a different person, right? Because you're continuously on that journey to become whatever it is, whether it's a skill set or a life set. It's up to you, but it takes 10 years and 10,000 hours. In those 10 years and those 10,000 hours, you're going to lose a lot of people.
Circles start getting real small.
You know what I mean? You're going to lose a lot of opportunity. You will be at some point.
Yeah. Immediately it's gonna be, but you start like.
But you're gonna realize the people that you end up with is not the people that you really thought was gonna be there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this again: your 10,000 hours in your 10 years, the people who's gonna be there when it's all said and done are gonna be the people that you didn't think would be there, and the people you thought that would be there, they're not going to be there.
The ones that you think would root for you.
Yeah. Really
aren't, and the ones that you get your business or your support from are the ones who you didn't even think about.
The one I can tell people, what's up? This is just me talking from personal experience and people who have been in a situation just like I am, right, or been through it, right. When you get to the other side, right, and you look back and you see where you are, right. Your circle will be very different. Mm-hmm. You will be a different person.
Right.
And the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you act, right?
It will change.
It has changed. Yeah. You had to mature. You had to become somebody else. And you're able.
But even when you're not trying to, though. Mm-hmm. Even, and I would say that definitely about friends, your circle. Mm-hmm. Because you can have 10 people in your circle end up with 2. You don't even know what happened. And you get, and of course, you start thinking about it. Sometimes God just remove it. Yeah. He'll remove it because he knows where you're trying to go.
God will remove everybody. God is going to remove you. If you stay 10,000 hours in 10 years, God is going to remove the people that don't need to be there.
Because he sees where you're going. He knows what he has for you.
And you're going to go through cries, tears, and pain and understanding. But the only thing I can tell you as you're going through this, it's not meant for you to understand and keep moving. That sounds crazy as hell. It has no meaning, but it's meant to hurt, right? Keep moving. If God wake you up every day, he is saying you're going to be okay. The things that you did not get, it was not for you. When you keep moving, the things you're supposed to get, it's coming. If God don't take you out the game that you're in, if God don't take you out the purpose of what you're trying to do, but you still get up every day, you're able to do it. You got to keep moving. The things that you thought that you was asking for, that was too small for you. That was for somebody else. He got something else. You got to grow a little bit more to get what he's asking you for. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I ain't none of that shit. I'm just being honest with you. I had to learn this. Okay. I had to work and understand that as long as I got up every single day, I didn't make a dime on the Joe Lockett Show, but the Joe Lockett Show is worth millions. Steve Harvey had no idea who I was, but he finally mentioned my name. You know what I'm saying? I can now call different people and get them on my show. I had to keep believing when there was nothing there. My wife left, my family, my friends, everybody said that this train is not going to work. I had to find a way to keep paying for it. And guess what God did? He always, even when I had nothing and I lost everything and everything, the roof was caving in, I still believe I can do it. And God said, okay, you took all that, I got you.
So if you heard what he said, and if you listen to what you just said, you had to start over.
Yeah, many times.
and that fresh, it puts you in a different position that worked for you.
For me.
You go so it goes back to it's okay sometimes. Just start over. It's okay, and you.
But everybody can.
Everybody can't.
Yeah.
Let's correct it. Everybody can. It's if you want to or
there
not.
You go.
I don't really use that can't word too much.
Yeah.
It's if you wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I gotta do better.
Yeah.
But you gotta love you first.
You gotta love you, and you got to love you number one.
Yes.
Over everybody, and you got to know what you want, no matter what other people tell you. Okay. I believe in the Joe Lockett Show when nobody else believed in it, when nobody else wanted to fund it. I said I'm not losing my show. When I stuck my thing in the sand, I said, hey, this is it. I'm not losing my damn show, right? And I fought for it every single day. There was never a doubt that I was going to lose my show. Here's the crazy part, and I say this all the time on the show. I didn't care what else I lost. And guess what? I lost everything else. Guess what was left standing? The Joe Lockett Show. Anything that was there to help the Joe Lockett Show, it stayed. Everything else that maybe loved or care about me, but they really care about the Joe Lockett Show, God moved that. God removed all that from my life. Not saying that you guys should go through that. Not saying that you guys want to go through that. But if you want something bad enough, it's going to hurt to get it. It's my only point.
And it's going to hurt to leave or step out of that comfort zone or get up from that comfortable seat to get it. You just have to.
You got to be. This is very true when you hear people say you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, and you can be uncomfortable for a long time. But the thing is, if you're not healed, if you don't believe in it, nobody can believe in your dream for you. Whatever
is not gonna budge.
Right. Whatever that is. Go ahead.
When you're saying it's like faith without work faith without work is not how it works.
Yes.
So in life, you can't get anything without working for it.
Yes.
And having faith not only in God, but that first, and then in yourself.
And I'm saying this, I'm gonna let you guys get out of y'all. This goes for men and women. Like men, you got to go after your dream. Women, you got to go after your dream. Women, I'm speaking very serious to you on the Joe Lockett Show today. I'm about to get out of here. Stop waiting for a man or wanting a man to fulfill your dreams. Fulfill your dreams and then find your man. I'll say that to y'all one more time. Stop waiting for a man or trying to find a man to fulfill your dreams. Fulfill your dreams and then find your man. Okay? That is my advice. You can do what you want to go do at the end of the day. But I believe every woman, right, should be able to fulfill their own dreams and then find the man of their dreams. So you're not hoping that this man fulfill your dreams, and when he doesn't, all your dreams are busted and time is wasted. Fulfill your own dreams and then find the man in your dreams. I say that with love. Anything else that needs to get out of here?
No, but I will say next week's topic, I have 2 in 1.
Okay.
So I can't wait till next Wednesday so we can discuss it.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys locking into your favorite evening ride, wherever you listen to us at, around the world, wherever you listen to us at. If you're at work, home, on your way home, yes, dear.
Thank you so much for Miss
Hanson and Aquawoman.
Amazing. And Aquawoman. That's Aquawoman, my girl. Miss Hanson, thank you so much. Because really, most of what she said was all of my freaking notes.
Okay, well, yeah.
So thank you all. Thank you both for chiming in. And MD.
We'll catch you next week.
No. We're gonna ignore you if you don't.
Anyway, hey y'all, Jitim, Demo Ashtamasi. Liberty, what does all that mean? It means the Joe Lockett Show, Denise, Joe, and nephew means we love you. Have a good night.
Alrighty. See, the doesn't do all this.